Hi everyone, and thanks for watching. I created this video here specifically to answer the questions of what are payroll deductions. There seems to be some confusion about them and how they work. So we'll do a quick overview. We can also get into details if you want later. Leave in the comments below and we can discuss further. So I wrote a little article about what payroll deductions are, so I can go through that. And I can also show you on our site on paystubdirect.com, and it shows you what they are, and also how they calculate automatically. So we'll be using this advanced check stub maker, but we have different styles. You have the easy, the advanced, the modern, and striped. The most popular are the advanced and the modern style, but of course, if you're just paying a nanny or gardener, the easy one is also fine. We just try to create some variety. So again, we'll stick with the advanced because it kind of shows it nice. So getting back to the article, as you can see, payroll deductions are accounted for each payroll period, and these are amounts which are abstracted from an employee's gross pay. So you have to understand the difference between gross pay and net pay. And go to that again. This is your gross pay. That's what you're actually going to get paid when you figure out how much you make. Let's say $10 an hour for 40 hours. Your gross pay is $400. You also could probably help to understand what year to date is, but that means what do you have made this year? So on the first pay period, if you're getting paid once a week, you have gotten paid. This has been these pay periods. So 400 times the pay periods equals the total. At the end of the year, it'll be times 52, and the first pay period is going to be 1, if that makes sense. So here you can see this actually is a stub summary, and this is the 7th pay. You can add all the other ones just to kind of make it clear. So this is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and this is going to be your 9th pay period. So 9 times 4 is 36. The math is really simple. So there it is, 3,600. That's what you get paid. But we have something called deductions, and there's different types of deductions, but they are taken away from your gross pay to give you your net, and this is where this is going to be calculated. These are the deductions listed, or there's some form of withholdings as well. So continuing on, this is what this says. These deductions can vary according to the state's tax laws and how much withholding tax are required. So that is basically saying, depending on where you live, that's how much taxes are taken away from you from the government. You can figure that out on your own, or if you outsource it to payroll provider like us, for example, here the link is below, of course. We do that for you, or you can just figure it out on your own if you're going to do that in a spreadsheet. So let's divide those different types of payroll deductions. Number one is the mandatory. So mandatory are federal, state, FICA, and court ordered. You can see those here. The FICA is broken into 2 with Medicare and Social Security, your federal tax and your state tax. And of course, there's the garnishment, or if you actually add medical on there as well. And so federal income taxes are the same for anyone living in the States. The state and local taxes are based on where you live, which state you live in. And some cities actually have their own taxes. FICA is also a federal thing, so that the rate is standard. And you can see the rates here. You can also look them up to verify us. It's always good to verify it, see if we're doing something wrong. But those numbers are written here for FICA and for Medicare. And federal tax is based on buckets. So depending on how much you make, that's the percentage of taxes. The more you make, the more taxes you pay on each bucket. So let's imagine the buckets are separated at $10,000. So one bucket's at 10,000. The next bucket is 20,000, 30,000, and so on. So each bucket, however much money you have in each bucket, that's how much you get charged for that bucket. And then, of course, court order deductions if you have some kind of garnishment or something, payment or alimony, that kind of thing. And those are listed here, as you can see. And they're already calculated for you. Right now is 00, but let's select, for example, Hawaii or California, for example, and you can figure that out what that would be. So where is Hawaii? There it is. And if you make $400, you will pay $5.60 on that. So continuing on, now there's of course the voluntary deductions, and those are all different kinds: health, life, 401ks, and benefits of other things that there's many different ones. You can read them yourself. I'm not going to waste your time with that, but they are listed here, For example, well, actually, we don't have that on here on this stub, so you have to kind of look at the other stubs. You can look at the modern pay stub, and this is different styles. You can see here's your overtime, vacation, and your deductions. So if you have any other ones, you can add them in there as well, and you can see the different styles here for the striped as well. You can add more deductions, as you can see. So here's how much you earned, how much you come in, and how much your deductions are. Medical, garnish, all those other ones are there. Of course, now you always have to select your state, so don't forget to do that. If you just, let's say in Connecticut, now it will charge you from, there it is, it figures out how much taxes you make at this level. And of course that changes as your the tax rate changes, and we will calculate it for you. So continuing on the article, the 401ks, of course, life insurance, all those are there for you. You have to figure that out. So let's do a sample, and let's say you put it on information. I'm not going to do that. The yellow boxes are not mandatory. The only one that's mandatory is the one that was red, so we know which state you put in there. So let's, for example, say you were making $10, and let's bump it to $15 an hour, and it would change your total, and of course it changes your rates. And of course here you can actually see how many pay stubs you're making. So here is extra, and these are you can see the pay stubs as you're going backwards. So this is your 8th pay stub, your 7th, your 6th, and this is going to be your new year in essence if you go back. So you can kind of figure out how many stubs you want. If you're going to create those, you can use these numbers, or if you're going to just buy them here, these are the ones you've checked. These are checked for you. If you don't want this one, for example, or this one, you just simply uncheck it and it changes right here for you. So you can buy these 4 stubs. It selects which stubs you make, which makes more sense. See, right now it selects this is the best deal. If you actually only buy 3, it changes right here for show you which is the best deal. You don't need to buy unlimited if you only want to buy 1 stub. So if you can kind of remove these guys here, and it tells you this is the best price for you. So we're not trying to scam you. We're trying to give you the best deal for what you want. But let's say you select, and you simply click buy or buy here, whichever one you want, and you go and you pay for the stubs. You will get these stubs with a preview on them, and then you will, if you want to buy, you have the credits, and you can use the credits to redeem immediately to get those pay stubs into your email. Okay, if you have any questions on what a payroll deduction is, or just how to make a pay stub, or just in general, feel free to head up on our site, paystubdirect.com. Put it in the comments, ask your questions, and we'll definitely take care of them for you. Watch out for a lot of copies, or don't get overcharged by using somebody else's service. Thanks, and have a great day.